To all my black entrepreneurs, we gotta do better, y'all. So tune in to the Entreprenubians Podcast, where we help build better black businesses.
Hey. Welcome back to another episode of the Entreprenubians Podcast with me, your girl Tiffany Nicole, the CEO, and Lash Trace.
What up?
And we are back with Miss Chantel. And you know what time it is, Trace.
What time is it?
You know what time it is.
My favorite
For
segment?
your favorite segment.
Ninja business.
Ninja business.
I'm going to come in here with a whole ninja outfit on one day and watch. That's the number of my eyes.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, let's get into some ninja business and how to avoid it, because I know Chantel has done some, avoided some,
and has
suffered from some.
Yeah, exactly. And the keyword is suffer.
Yes. Tell us about your ninja business experiences.
So, what I've done.
Not you.
Yeah, I guess we all go through some, I guess.
We
We all
definitely
do.
all
Yes.
do. We actually did a little bit this morning, but go ahead.
You always tell on us. Goodness.
So actually with my brand, it sort of kind of started getting hectic because how I started out doing it, I just wanted something, I wanted to basically protect the name that, I felt like was me. And I wanted to do it for fun. Mm-hmm. And it started out with that, but I wanted somebody to print the things for me, and somebody gave me an idea. Why don't you start printing it yourself? And I was like, okay, I could do that. So, which was never my idea, but I was like, I can do that. So I started getting everything that, like I needed to start printing the shirts, printing the hoodies, and eventually it just got too much and I stopped. So I still sell it online, but I do not do it myself. Mm-hmm. So when people come to me, I without telling them that I stopped, I just sort of kind of leave it on like red, I guess, or not. Yeah, red. And that's bad.
But they get the shirt though, right?
They do get the shirt if they go online. Okay,
so if they come to you and want to say, I want a shirt, do you tell them to go online? I don't. So you'll order it yourself and then give it to them?
No, they'll eventually, like if they look through like Instagram and stuff, you'll eventually like click on, but sometimes I do lose business because I don't answer like the emails or not the emails, but the, like the messages. Yeah. I don't answer them because I don't customize the shirts myself. It started becoming a lot, and I hate that I did that. It started becoming a lot.
Okay, so wait, so do you still do this?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to fix
entrepreneur.
This. We're gonna fix this now.
Please fix this.
It's all about communication.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes,
someone inboxes you, hey, I want a personalized shirt. Sorry, we don't do that anymore. But here's a link to my website. Yeah, you're welcome to go on and buy anything else on there, and that's it.
Send them a QR code.
Yeah, that's it.
Send them a link.
That's good.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
It's
like bridge the gap between the sale and the inquiry.
Exactly. Because people are coming because they mess with you. So you don't want to mess up that relationship because you never know what else you have coming down the pipe.
Yes. You're right.
It's communication.
Don't scare me.
Yeah, just communication.
Yes.
And make sure, I mean, you probably already do this, but try to incorporate the shirt brand with the book as much as you can. Make it make sense. Make the two make sense together. Like you have already in the book.
Yeah.
The characters in the book are wearing the I Am brand.
Yeah, there you go.
But when you talk about the t-shirt brand, talk about the book. And vice versa. When you talk about the book, talk about the t-shirt brand.
You're right.
And make sure, we just got some business cards made yesterday. We paid $20 for them. We got 500 cards.
Yeah, 500 cards. Yeah.
We got our QR code. We got one QR code on one side, taking you to the YouTube channel to watch this podcast. On the other side is another QR code taking you to our Instagram so you can follow us.
Okay.
But it was $20 for these cards. And it took her 10 minutes to design them. 15 minutes to design them?
And that's not it.
And
it's nothing.
Sometimes, if somebody comes to you asking about a shirt, a hoodie, you can just give them a card and say, go here. Actually put your website on the card too. We didn't do that, but in our case, we didn't need it. It was for us to hand out when we're in the car.
Yeah.
But you just make it simple for people. You know what I mean? Make it something they don't have to think about. Make it a no-brainer.
Yep.
Oh, you interested in my shirt? Slap them in the face with the card.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Because everybody is so digital now.
Everything
And
is digital.
Everything is digital, and it's kind of that double-edged sword type thing, because you want to have something tangible too. Because if they say you give them your card and they throw it in their bag, they're gonna clean their bag out at some point and see this card. Like, oh
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
If you tell them your website, they're gonna forget by the time they get to their car, and they're like, "What was her name? What was that brand?" Like you gotta you gotta be in people's face all the time, all the time. So yeah.
Another thing I would say, try making the business card like stand out some kind of way.
Yes.
We got a business card from this guy the other day. He was a photographer, and it was a plastic clear card. I think I got it somewhere, but this card was crazy.
It was nice. It was a
and
very nice
it made
note.
me think, like, why can't we be more creative like that with our business cards? Look at that.
Oh, that is nice.
So yours could be something like a shirt-shaped card.
That is
Maybe you can
nice.
make a business card the shape of a shirt and put
Or
your
have
Give me
her
ideas.
on your business
I
card.
am right on the front of it. Would you say, Tiff?
Or have her.
Yeah.
On your business
Yeah.
Or
card.
have
Yeah.
the character,
That is nice.
little mini me, on
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
right.
Just
on
make
the
it stand
business
out.
cards.
And like we made
But
ours
make
vertical.
the cards different.
It's just different because everybody
And-
gets the horizontal. We just made it vertical.
Yeah.
It's something
Now,
that
as
looks like
people's business cards I get, I'll put them somewhere, either the trash can or on my dresser. This one I kept in my pocket. I talk about it to other people. I show it to other people.
Yeah, it's nice.
So if I'm doing this with his card only because of the way the card looks, I'm not even telling people it's a photographer. I'm just talking about the way the card looks.
Yeah.
Other people would do the same things with your cards. So now you're selling shirts because somebody just liked the way your card looks.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
and you put effort into making an actual card. You're not saying, "Oh, go to my Instagram."
Right. And they
Everybody has
understand
Instagram.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
They
yeah.
appreciate that.
They
You
appreciate
putting
that.
effort into the card like that.
Y'all just rejuvenated me a little.
Good. That's the point. Yay!
The
And we're
whole
gonna
point
check
of the
in.
Entrepreneuvians podcast.
Trust me, I check in on people. Like, wait a minute, did you do this?
Yes.
I check
We
in.
like to fix ninja business.
We do.
Yeah, because it didn't
Not just deal with it.
Yeah.
like it didn't die. Like of course my website, like people still buy it, but it's just
It was this. You were focused on this.
that too. But
Yeah.
when you know what, when you asked me to okay. So you know how like you go to like Nike store and Nike has what they have. You don't ask them to cut off the shoulders. You don't ask them to bling it out. You don't ask them to put, side down. I didn't do that. So the more I started getting, all right, can you put the logo on there, but can you like do this to the sides and
I don't know. Did you actually do all that? What? Like that's not what?
Hire them as a designer.
Yeah, like you can come do it. Like I sell you the shirt, and you can do whatever you want to it, or take it to
help me
somebody else who
design
does
these
that.
shirts.
Like
Right.
that's not what I'm doing.
That's
Right.
what I did. I started linking with somebody that does that, but it became too much. The only thing I posted one day, this actual hoodie, and it was like, I don't know if they're called lapels, but it was like spike things and like things, something that I got
kind
off
of
of
shoulder pads or
Amazon.
something?
Yeah. And I guess it looked like a customized, it was, but it wasn't anything, but just put them on
Something
your
that you
shoulder.
did for yourself.
Yes. And it
Is
was
that
like,
what
can you
made people
cut it?
think they can get theirs
Yeah,
customized?
and no.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like yeah and no. Yeah, I would definitely say sorry.
no.
This is how they're sold.
So
Just like this. And if you want to do anything else
You
to
can
it, you're
do
welcome to do
them.
that.
Yes.
And send me a picture when it's done so I can post it.
cut this off, making a half. I don't
Oh,
do
they
that.
want custom work.
They want
So
to, and
now-
I'm not that.
So if
I
you were
wasn't
doing that, were you charging more, or you were just charging them for the T-shirt?
I was charging them for the T-shirt and whatever I would, if it was something simple, whatever I would put on the like top, like the shoulder, different color, like lapels or whatever, I would do that. But it started becoming a lot. So
Yeah.
instead of me creating, because I would be in the living room and doing the shirts. So instead of me pressing them out and doing, I just stopped pressing them. I let the company press them. I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah. I
So
don't blame
that's what it became.
Do you have a separate Instagram for your I Am brand?
I am. Well, I am. I do.
He's like, I am.
Okay. And it's only the clothes on the Instagram, right?
It's only the clothes, and I think recently I just put this book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only the clothes on there.
Honestly, I would take the book off of the Instagram. Only because the book doesn't have anything to do with the clothing brand.
got you.
The clothing brand has something to do with the book, right?
I got
but
you,
not
yes.
the other way around.
You're
so
right.
I would take the book off of the social media page just so people aren't confused and wondering, does she sell books on here too?
Yeah.
Another good tip for selling clothes online, like on Instagram, is putting a white background behind your clothes.
Okay.
So you can get they got these things, these boxes, these photo boxes where It's basically a white box,
I know what you're talking
and you
about.
can display your products inside of this for the white background. There's other ways to get white backgrounds also. You can remove the background. But one really good tip for selling apparel is to put it on a white background. And we learned this from doing Shopify stores. We had a baby product store. We had a lingerie store. I'm sorry, not lingerie.
What do we have?
Leggings.
Leggings. Yeah.
Leggings. We did. What else did we do, Tiff?
Those are those only two that were active. The other ones we built, we never put them up.
Right.
But we had like a sterling silver store.
Sterling
that
silver.
That we're doing.
But the
yeah,
white
everything.
background,
Yeah.
white background was like one thing that we learned in a mastermind we took for Shopify. Put your products on a white background for whatever reason. It just looks
Makes it
cleaner.
pop. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it stands
Even if
out.
you
There's
have, like,
nothing else to
models.
focus on in the picture but your
Yeah.
shirt.
If you're taking pictures of models, just remove the background or have a plain, very, very plain background. Don't have them outside in the middle of the street. It's so much other stuff going
Got
on.
you, that you
It's
don't
going to
pay
take people's
attention.
eyes off of what's actually going, what they need to look at.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But
It looks plain, but it works.
Yeah.
It works.
It makes you focus on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. That's good.
now the book, you can. I don't even know if you would need a separate Instagram for the book. You can, but it seems like a lot just for one book. Because how do you consistently come up with content just on a page for one book?
Yeah.
You know, I would incorporate that more into my personal page.
Got you.
Because it's you. It's your story.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one way that we help eliminate ninja business.
Yes.
We got to talk about it. We got to figure things out. We got to do some calculations and some
Stuff.
changes and a lot of things we don't want to do, but it's necessary to avoid bad business. It really is.
It definitely is.
Yeah, and
it
it helps.
definitely is.
Those numbers start growing.
Yeah.
When you start making better decisions and stop dealing with people that don't do things the right way.
Now I gotta go back and be like, I'm sorry that I didn't answer. I'm sorry that I didn't answer. I'm sorry that I didn't
And
answer.
just tell them you were honestly working on the book. It's not a lie. You were working on the book.
Yeah.
You know. So let's talk about what was done to you.
Oh man. So what was done to me, take you back to the book. So what was done to me in the process of the book was I'm gonna say it. So I got someone who was like family, because he could draw, illustrate. He was so talented, and he still is. He's talented, very talented. But it was somebody close to me, like family. And before the pandemic, he had told me, hey, I got this, and actually started illustrating in my living room. And I got so excited just seeing like a little bit of it come to life. Right. I was like, oh my gosh, he gave Naomi a face. He gave the janitor like a face. Everybody, I was like, oh my gosh, I like this. So it was, the janitor's name is Mr. Buck, but because they like came alive. So it was dope to like see everything come alive. And I was like, I like this. So, such and such, you're going to do this. And he was like, yeah, I got you. I didn't know how to, in the beginning, I didn't know how to manage, like I didn't know what to do, like whether to stay on him. I didn't know his working style, so I didn't know. Right. So I was checking in with him every like week or every 2 weeks. Once it gets to Friday, I would ask him, hey, do we have an illustration? Do we have this? And one day he told me, yo, you nervous? I got this. You don't have to be on me. And I said, oh, okay. Yeah. He was like, you don't got to be on me. You nervous, ain't you? You nervous, ain't you? And y'all know my nickname is Tilly. So he was like, you nervous, Tilly? You nervous, Tilly? He was like, relax. And I was like, okay. So I let like 2 weeks go by. I didn't hear from him. And then I just called him. And then he was like, listen, if you want to take this project away from me, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm just, I need it because it's other people, like the publisher, he's on my back. So like, I need it.
Right.
So,
did you explain to him that you had just never been through this process before? And
I did. And neither me and him were both going through like the process. He had never done it. Oh, so okay. Yeah, it was just all new. And I was like, okay. So I laid off of him. I didn't check in with him. I just gave him a date. And then he fell off the face of the earth. So when I see him,
ninja business.
He stopped answering my phone calls.
Ninja.
And he was like
a family friend, yeah.
He was like family.
Yep. Wow.
And not like family. He was
So when you
family.
stayed on top of him, he was getting things done. But when you fell back,
Supposedly, she
he
don't even
fell
know
back.
that.
Yeah, not really.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just saying,
He
I
just-
got
he
this, I
did
got this, I
something
got
in front
this.
of her, right.
Yeah,
He was
that
dragging
first
me.
time, yeah.
He was dragging me. The only thing he gave me that was half done was and I'm telling. So the only thing he gave me that was half done was the front cover and a little bit of the back cover. And when I tell you he dragged me, this happened for almost a year. So it wasn't because I kept on giving him chance after chance. He's
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm gonna have 6 illustrations by such and such. And I said, okay, Mom, I'm gonna get 6 illustrations by such and such, and Jonah, which is my son. So I'm like, this is going, come alive. We missed so many deadlines, and and after a while, I just gave up. I was like, this book is not going to come out. It's just not. But yeah, it finally did. And then even after that, it was still like the illustrations were still taking a long time with the new illustrator. But of course we got that because he wound up having a little bambino. He had a baby, so of course
Yeah,
it was like
things
life.
happen.
Things happening. But I couldn't blame him for, of course, any of that because of what previously happened. It just felt like forever because of what previously happened. Then it's, the new illustrator,
right.
and it all worked out. But the first illustrator dragged me. He dragged me.
What would you do different if you do it again?
When she does it again.
What are you going to do different?
Yes.
As far as getting an illustrator, do you want to attempt to illustrate yourself? I guess it depends on the actual book, right?
Yes, I would never do that. And it's sad to say, I don't even want to say what's like in my head. But one, never work with family, but just like know who you're working with. But I would probably never work with family again. And I'm just going to leave it at there because y'all going to probably tap my hand for the second thing I was going to say.
No, I think that's a fair statement. Honestly,
You gotta just. I mean, it's not that I wouldn't say don't work with family. I would just say do paperwork.
yes.
Yeah.
Treat
get
family like they're
contracts.
strangers.
Business.
Treat them
Yeah.
right. Treat them like they're strangers, and explain that to them.
Yeah.
So they don't get weirded out about the way you're treating them. Like, I'm family. Why you treat me like this? Because we're doing business. We're exchanging money.
Yep.
You or I are going to be unhappy about something.
Yes.
Paperwork needs to be done. And if you explain that to them in the beginning and then move forward doing proper business, you shouldn't have an issue. If you do have an issue, the paperwork is there to protect you.
You're right. You're right.
Or
You're
to help
definitely
you
right.
realize when you need to move on.
Yeah.
Sometimes the paperwork will do that too. You know what I mean? It puts the pressure on you and the other person.
Yeah.
And things either happen faster or don't happen faster. But you get something that you can go with. You know what I mean? Versus being stuck in limbo, not knowing, should I be contacting this guy? Should I be saying anything? Should I be harassing him? Should I fall back? You know what I mean? Especially doing it for the first time, you just don't know.
Yeah, and it definitely hurt because I saw Naomi as whatever he depicted her to be in the beginning, and then she had to go through changes.
Yeah.
That was her in the beginning. Like what he did in the living room was her.
Right.
And then when the new illustrator came around, like he was, a real illustrator, so he's like, I can't use those images.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, can you do it a little bit? So like people don't like to work over other people's work.
Yes. Yep.
So I had to. All right, she just looks different in my head. Just draw her, please.
Well,
Just go.
did the first guy illustrate her the way you imagined her? Or close enough?
Close enough.
Okay.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and then you
hard.
happy with it. Somebody finally put a picture to
Yes.
what you were imagining.
Yeah.
And then it's gotta change.
He gave me the overalls, and he gave me tomboy me, like how I was. I used to be like, I still am, but he gave me, and it was, I liked it, and it was still more that could have been done, but I loved it. But yeah, and this is me too, but it just, when you first
You saw
see,
the first, you saw something else.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh, all the characters changed from what he did in the living room, and I was like, okay, it's fine, I get it, but I love it now. So yes,
That's all that matters.
all
That's
thanks
it.
to Norman, I do love it. I do definitely love it.
Cool. All right, y'all. So it's time for our next segment,
Yes.
which is
Some tips, some tricks,
tricks,
and resources.
and resources.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about things that you went through with the book, which is this illustrator stuff, but also like what you can offer our viewers and listeners about actually publishing a book, because that's not an
Okay.
easy process. Yep. So we're gonna be back with that segment next, guys. See you in a second.